Sean Smith, one of 4 Americans killed in Benghazi, was a Foreign Service Information Management officer and a State Department official. His mother is infuriated with information that she is receiving from the White House. Pat Smith joins us now. Good evening, Pat.
Hi there.
Well, let me just start by saying there is no greater loss to anyone than the loss of a child to a parent, a mother, especially for you, your only child. You raised him as a single mother, so at most words, but our condolences to you.
Thank you.
All right, Pat, tell me about your son, Sean.
What's there to tell? They killed him. He was working over there doing, I don't know what he was doing. He never told me what he was doing. But all I was trying to find out is what happened with him.
And how did you find out, Pat, that your son had been killed in Benghazi?
At 12:30 at night, I got a telephone call saying, your son is dead.
Was there any more information that you received at that time?
At that time, no. All they did was cover the basics. You know, your son is dead, and he was killed in this attack, and we'll find out more as we go along.
And when was the last time, Pat, that you saw your son?
June.
June of this year?
It was in June. Yes, I went to visit them in oh, that's right, in The Hague. Pardon me, but I forget every now and then. My brain is a little bit rusty already. But it was in The Hague. I went there to visit him, and we had a week together. And I went out and I bought this outfit to celebrate, and that's why I'm wearing it today.
Oh.
And that's it. I saw him and the kids and his wife.
He had a wife and 2 children, I understand. How old are your grandchildren, Pat?
7 and 6, and I've been told not to mention them or talk about them, so.
All right, and I understand that their mother wants to keep their lives as normal as possible.
Yes.
Pat,
yes.
You know, one of the things, we just showed a picture of your son on the screen, and every picture I've seen of him, he seems like a happy person. I know that he was someone who smiled a lot, and he seemed to love his life. He was in the Air Force. He was in the State Department for 10 years. I mean, tell us about him.
Oh, God, how do you explain Sean? I've been told that we look a lot alike, and that we act a lot alike. And I smile all the time, and he did also. So he just, you know, I brought him up to be, to just, God, I can't talk. I brought him up to be independent and to taste of life and to try everything and see what the world is all about. And that's what he was doing. He did the best he could with what was available over there.
Well, Pat, let me ask you now about the fact that you
Sure.
don't believe that you've gotten straight answers from the administration. You met the president, the Secretary of State, and Susan Rice and Leon Panetta when your son's remains were brought back to Dover. Tell us about that.
Oh, there was Joe Biden there also. We went to see when they brought him on the airplane over there. They put the coffins on their little biers. But I didn't get to see him, and that bothered me a lot.
Did you ask to see him, Pat?
Yes, I did, but I understand I asked too late that he was already on the airplane.
And
but the airplane, I could look out and see the airplane, though, so.
It was still there. But, Pat, did the president
Oh, yeah.
speak to you personally about what happened to your son?
Yes.
What did he say?
He says, we will check it out and let you know. And that's what Hillary said, and Panetta, and Joe Biden, and Susan Rice, and they all said the same thing. And after that, I heard nothing until I finally talked to the people in the media. And absolutely nothing.
What did the president say to you specifically, and Hillary Clinton and Leon Panetta? What did they say? Did they say it was about a film?
Susan Rice is the one that told me specifically that it was a film and that it was not any terrorist attack.
That it was not a terrorist attack.
Exactly. She said that days afterwards, too, when I saw her on TV. They told me it was, in fact, about 3 or 4 days later, they were all of those big shots over there were saying that it was not a terrorist attack.
Did you ask how you...
It didn't gel right for me because of all the other things that I heard. So, and I can't tell you specifics. It's just that everything just did not add up right.
Did they tell you what the cause of death was? Did they tell you how he was killed?
Actually, yes, they told me yesterday.
Yesterday was more than a month after your son's death, and you asked them.
Oh, you noticed that, didn't you? Yes, that's correct. I asked every one of them, and Leon, like I mentioned before, Leon Panetta took his hands with my face and said, "Trust me, I will tell you the truth. I will get the right information to you. Just trust me." And when I heard that, I knew I couldn't trust him. And I don't trust any of them anymore. They lied.
When you say they lied about the film and what else?
Well, everything they told me was, "I'll let you know later because we really don't know too much right now," which is understandable. But they never got back to me. Once I walked out the door, or once they walked out the door, they didn't care. And that's the feeling I got. That may not be true, but that's the feeling I got because they did not talk to me after that.
And you say that you spoke to the president. How did he appear to you? I mean, when you listened to him, what were your reactions?
I liked him a lot. My son loved that man. And so I believed in him too. I liked him an awful lot. But then, like I had mentioned before, I was crying on his shoulder. I cried on all of their shoulders. I'm a crier, I guess. But I cried on their shoulders, and he hugged me and then looked away. And that was it. He looked away? He just looked away, yes. I don't know what he was doing.
When you say that the White House finally contacted you a month later after you were contacted the media, did they give you any more answers about how your son Sean died?
Yes, they did. Yesterday, they 2 people from the FBI and 1 from the attorney's office, whatever office, U.S. Attorney's office, called me on the phone. They were all on the same line. And they started to say, "Well, okay, what is it that you want to know? We'll tell you anything you want to know now." But half of what they said I didn't believe anyway, because they were still saying that it was not a terrorist thing.
And when you hear, Pat, like the congressional hearings this week, when you hear information that the embassy didn't meet the standards required of embassies in zones like this, that they had asked for more security, and you think about the fact that your son died, how does it make you feel?
Oh, you just picture a big hole in front of you and then drop into it. That's pretty much it. What can you say when your only child dies? And you can't twist the information from them. I tried everything. I tried talking to them, asking them, "Please tell me." And they said, "We will get back to you, and we will send you a tape of the arrival over there in Andrews, I guess it was." Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting for that tape.
Why do you
CD?
Pat, why do you think your son was murdered? What do you attribute it to?
Oh dear, I don't know why they did that to him. The only thing I could do is just take a good guess, and my guess is that he knew too much over there. He was the information officer, and I have a feeling, although I don't have any proof of anything, I have a feeling that he died there because he was trying to destroy some information.
Really?
Some classified information. But that's, like I said, that's only a feeling. Only because he supposedly was the first one killed. and he was not with the others. Why did he stay back? How come he was the first one killed? And then when they found him, I guess they took his body into a jeep someplace and they took off. But everybody didn't go at the same time. I don't know why they didn't go at the same time, but the ambassador they came back to pick up the ambassador, they came back to pick Sean up, they came back for all these things. Why were they all not together? And were there other people in the embassy over there that got away from it? And I found out yesterday, I think it was, that yes, there were other people that were taken out of there. But I don't know who they are.
You know, Pat, you said something very interesting, and you've heard about the golden hour when they're supposed to destroy classified information, and I'm
Yes.
sure you've heard testimony they only had 15 minutes to do that. Given your son was the information management security person and a computer person,
Yes.
do you think that he hung back to do that, to destroy?
I think so, but I don't know.
Of course not.
I didn't even know he was there. I didn't even know he was in Benghazi. So I don't know.
Finally,
They
Pat.
didn't tell me that.
Finally,
Yes?
Pat, what do you think, or what would you tell the president now if you had an opportunity to talk to him again, as you did almost a month ago?
Oh, that would be very easy. Very easy. I would just look him in the eye and say, tell me what happened. How did my son die? Why did he die? Why, especially, why weren't there any security people? At this point in time, I'm still under the assumption that they told me there were 5 security people there. Where are they? Who were they? And why didn't they do something? Well, what happened? And just some of those security people got killed and some did not. Why?
It's interesting, Pat. You mentioned 5. We keep hearing 4. Who used the number 5?
5 got away. The 4 are the ones that got killed. Then somebody was telling me yesterday, I believe it was, that there were 5 security people there. I don't know what security people there were.
Okay.
And in the newspaper, it was telling me that that it's the same thing. In fact, Biden was saying in his little speech that what?
You know what?
Were you saying?
Pat, we're gonna have to wrap this up now. I just want to say that we very much appreciate your coming on. We very much appreciate your sharing your thoughts with us. And again, our thoughts and prayers are with you on the death of your son, who was a hero to this country.
Help me find out what happened to him.
We're going to try.
I want to know what happened to him.
Right.
Did they
Pat
drag
Smith.
his body through the street? I don't know.
Thank you, Pat. Pat Smith, thanks so much.